Hey, it's Chris Pre with another Q&A Thursday. We were just a couple days ago sitting on a Clubhouse creative financing room with a couple hundred people, and a gentleman said, hey guys, I have this question. I hope it's not a silly one. How do you get your name on a lease purchase? I've heard you guys say you get on title, but I don't get it. I get it with the sub twos and I get it with the owner financing. I don't get it. And I thought to myself, as usual, we talk up here as if everyone realizes what we're saying. So it's a great question, and there's some reasons it's a great question. So before I forget to say this, please make sure you are able to feel very comfortable asking us questions, and you can ask them a number of ways, a myriad of ways. You can follow us on Clubhouse and ask us live like that gentleman did. You can email support@smartrealestatecoach.com, or you can come every Thursday at 4 o'clock for the Wicked Smart Sit Down or Wicked Smart Workshop. We run them every Thursday at 4 o'clock on Zoom. And if you're not sure, if you're not on our list yet, and you're not getting those notifications, just email support and you'll get that, okay? Because I want these questions to get handled. These individual questions that we do on these and that we do on the Clubhouse and we do on the sit downs, one of those questions, if it opened up a bigger door for you for the 3 paydays or even one of the paydays to be better, or a better relationship with a seller, or a better negotiation, man, oh man, it's worth so much money the way we do these deals. So to answer that question, the simple answer is when we do a sandwich lease, so you're gonna do these everywhere but Texas right now, we file a notice of option. California might call it a real estate memorandum or a memorandum of real estate. I don't care what your attorney wants to call it. You want a cloud title. In all the deals we do, we use the exact language, notice of option. That exact form we use is in the QLS home study program in Mod 11 with all our other forms and checklists. And here's what happens. We get the sandwich lease drawn up. If the sandwich lease is contingent upon us finding our buyer before we take over payments, we don't do anything yet. You're not going to cloud title if you have an agreement that says you're not doing it unless you get a buyer. So fast forward, you find the buyer. As soon as you secure the buyer and you're moving to a buyer meeting, right around that time frame, that's locked up. You go ahead and you make sure you file, you record, and please, you don't do it. Your title company or attorney does it. They file the notice of option. It clouds the title. It does not put your agreement on notice, on public notice. It puts a notice saying that you have an agreement. You don't want your agreements to be public. Now, your attorney may tweak some words or a sentence, because even within our area, there's different uses. In the state of Massachusetts, in one county, it's set it one way on a notice of option. In another county, it's set totally different. I don't care what your attorney wants to do. I just want you to cloud title. Now, why is that important? We have seen this time after time after time with our own deals, in our associate deals. When you go to cash out the payday 3, we're having numerous payday 3s now in our community. Our properties, it's almost every month. What happens is a settlement statement is going to be drawn up at that point. And whatever cash you promised in the sandwich lease, that's in section, I think it's 13 in our forms, where it says the price of the property you're going to pay is, there's never a price. It says balance of mortgage at time of financing, balance of the seller's mortgage, plus X amount of cash, if there's any equity that you're promising. So there's never a price. How much equity and balance of the mortgage. Now, when the settlement statement comes out in payday 3, and there's a whole other video somewhere on YouTube, and if you're in our community and you're in our academy, in the resource center, there's an entire way to cash these out on payday 3. But suffice to say, at the 10,000 foot level, in the settlement statement, in section 13 of your lease, where it says you're going to pay off their loan and give them X, X is going to show up on the bottom line where it says cash to seller at settlement. Every other penny that's profit in that deal to balance that settlement statement out is going to be your option release fee, and it's going to end up in the top of the settlement statement as a seller expense. Now, that all ties to the question of how you get the thing clouded. I promise you, when a seller sees that amount, even though you talked to them 3 or 4 or 5 years ago when you structured this deal and you were the best thing on the planet because you solved their issue back then, they tend to get amnesia. And if you don't have the title clouded, in other words, they need your signature to release that cloud, that notice of option, you could very likely get sidestepped. Unless you have an amazing relationship with the seller, but please don't trust that 3 or 4 or 5 years from now. Why do I say that? I'll give you a recent example. Literally 2 days ago, as of this filming, one of our high 6 associates has a payday 3. It's $143,000 or 48. It's $140 something thousand. The first question I asked him when he said we're going to settlement was, please tell me you got a notice of option signed and record it. Because if you didn't, when they see $148,000 on that HUD, you have no security, nothing. You're naked. You're in the middle. In theory, you were in that deal for 3 or 4 years, and I promise you, they'll come up with a reason and a way to not pay you $143,000. He did have it, thankfully. I signed a relief and said, great, here's how you're going to run it with the attorney, and I walked them all through it. This is not the time of the video to show you how to get that done, but there's a way to get that done, and there's actually a way to eke out more money on that payday 3 that we teach. And we can do that another time. We can do that at one of the events. Make sure you're at all the events, and make sure you're at all the weekly sit-downs. So I hope that helped you understand how to get it clouded, but more importantly, that question turned into why to go ahead and get that recorded. So I hope to see you at our weekly Wicked Smart sit-downs, again, every Thursday, 4 o'clock. If you're not clear on which way to go with this in your business or in your life or in your schedule, just book a free call with us. Just go to smartrealestatecoach.com/action. Hope to see you soon.